Alright, so today I'm back with yet another chapter review, and today we will go over chapter 246, which is absolutely crazy, so be sure to stick till the end because you don't want to miss it. Anyway, my name is Natsu, I'm gonna stop talking and let's get right into the chapter. However, before that, please double check if you are subscribed to the channel as you don't want to miss my chapter reviews, and while you're already down there, you can always leave a like and a comment, and with that out of the way, let's finally get into it. Chapter 246 starts off with a bang as we finally see more of the mysterious player, Kiora Jin, who is training with the help of Igarashi. However, I'm not too sure how good of a training buddy Igarashi is, as Kiora gets behind him with ease. Igarashi falls to the ground, but he isn't done just yet as he tells Kiora to run it again, which I'm actually happy to hear, as we saw in a couple of chapters ago that Igarashi was determined to train and get into the final 11 for the PXG versus Bastard München match. And oh yeah, we also got Noah standing against the wall and highly spectating and evaluating them. After that, we go straight into Germany's monitoring room. Everyone from Bastard München is sitting on the floor while highly anticipating to see the new Neo Egoist League auction rankings after the 7th and 8th matches. Yukimiya notes that this was Uber's last game, which also means that it was Baru's last bidding. And after that, we see the players ranked between the 35 and 5th spot. However, as we know, the U20 Japan members will be above the 23rd place, so I'm thinking that it would be a good idea to go over everyone who is ranked in the 23rd spot to the 5th spot, and if you already know them, then you can just skip ahead a bit. Anyway, starting off with the last place, which is a really scary place to be, we have Reichi with an 18 million yen offer. Following him comes Hiyori with a 20 million offer. Then for the 21 and 20 spots, we have a shared space between Tokimitsu and Zantetsu, who both have a 23 million offer. Following them, we have Fukaku coming in at a 28 million offer, then Gagamaru with a 32 million offer. After him, we have yet again a shared spot between Corona and Rio, who both falls onto a 34 million offer. And above them, we see the crow himself, Karasu, on a 35 million offer, and with just 1 million above him, we have Yukimiya. Above Yukimiya, we've got Sendu, and then once again, a shared spot between Nico and Nagi, who both luckily got a 40 million offer. However, I doubt that Nagi is so satisfied with his offer. Anyway, following them, we have Otoya on a 42 million offer, and then the beauty himself, Aryu, who comes in with a 45 million offer. Then there's Kunigami, who's still on 50 million, but someone who has just himself a higher bid is Chigiri, who's now on 55 million, which puts him above Kunigami. Above Chigiri, we have the guard dog Aiku with a mighty 60 million offer. And then for the 5th spot, we have Bachira, who's got himself a nice 79 million offer. After that, we see Sendao being extremely happy to have gotten himself the 13th spot, while Nanas is looking with a stressed look at the scoreboard, and he isn't alone, as Reichi is surprised that he just barely managed to squeeze himself in. Nagi and Rio aren't satisfied at all either, as they are just falling lower and lower down, and Rio knows that this can't continue and that they need to do something quick. Moving on, we now see who is in the 4th spot, and it's none other than Shidu himself, with a mind-blowing 100 million offer, and he even says that number 1 is within his range. After him comes another shared spot, but this time between Baru and Isagi, who both got a 150 million offer. However, something that we have to remember is that this was Uber's last offering, which means that this is Baru's final offer. And then, to absolutely no one's surprise, we have Rin, who's comfortably sitting at the top with a 198 million offer, and we have Isagi looking at him with big eyes, looking to throne him. When all of the rankings are over, Noah comes into the room saying that the ones on the line are the ones going for a one-shot comeback in the next match. He says that the purposes are all different for each individual, but the ones going for the top will have to prove themselves. Noah tells them to be calm and rational and to show their ability to win, as it's now time to plan for the last game. After that, we go into the PXG's locker room where Loki tells everyone that they did a good job and that as their head coach, he will now give them some feedback. He starts with Rin and says that 3 of the 4 shots were in the goal and that the likelihood is favorable. However, he wants Rin to make additional tries. After that is Shidu, who's taking 12 shots while only making 3 of them on goal, which is excessive even for him. So he tells him to broaden his horizons and work to improve the quality. Karasu should focus on winning the percentage of his duels, while Zantetsu should focus on winning the percentage of his sprints. And then Tokimitsu needs to make sure to work more with the backline. And then for Nanase, he says that he's gotten better at handling the ball handles. As he says that we can see Charles in the background trying his best to sneak away, but Loki spots him and shoots a football in his face, telling him that he's still not received his homework. Charles, talking back, complains that Loki's meetings are always so long and asks why he doesn't just take it easy. Loki asks how many times he needs to tell Charles over and over again that the reason why he came here is to make Charles grow, saying that he needs a passer to make him the best player on the planet, and Charles has that talent. On top of that, he's only a mind-blowing 15 years old, which makes him younger than Loki, telling Charles that he's going to represent France and be the best in the world with Loki, but that he absolutely lacks the experience, which is why he's there to learn. However, Charles just goes to Tokimitsu and asks him to tell him when Loki's done, and when Loki goes forward to him, he just starts talking over him and then asks if he's done. We see that Loki is starting to get annoyed and asks when Charles got that attitude of his, but Charles says that he isn't interested in following instructions because he's got a devious mind. After that, Loki tries to act nonchalant and tells him to not listen then, but that makes Charles fold right away as he says that he will listen. Loki then asks everyone to listen, saying that they have tried out and fought with two systems built for Shidu and Rin, which was to give a pass to a striker that has the talent to experiment with Charles's ability. Other members then adapted to it and had them choose the way to appeal their existence from it so that they all could elevate to the next level, but the last opponent is led by none other than Noel Noah and is a team that was won all their games just like them. The format he uses is using Kaiser and Isagi together, having two systems exist and compete, which he calls a gear shift weirdo system, and he isn't far off at all. Anyway, they did the opposite by using two systems by exchanging the members every 15 minutes. But he's done with that, as it's more interesting to be weirder, which leads to his new plan to have both Rin and Shidu coexist on the field, while fighting both Kaiser and Isagi, which both Rin and Shidu looks somewhat excited about. Loki then tells them that the goal is to win against Bastard München and that this will be their last homework. But Charles, as always, says that he isn't listening. The text at the bottom says, "The next part will feature self-formation using the gear shift weirdo formation to battle Germany head-to-head and to then bring about a fresh chemistry between Rin and Shidu." Okay, now let's get into the chapter. Firstly, I found it really cool that they decided to show off Kiora at the start. They showed off his training with Igarashi, which to be fair isn't much, but it's at least something. On top of that, I like that they are keeping his abilities and strengths hidden, as personally, I would like to wait till the match to find out what he can do. I have tried to speculate what Kiora's strengths could be, but I've never really come anywhere as he's a hard character to analyze due to the little we know about him. But if you have any guesses, then please leave them down below as I'm really interested in him. Now on to the biddings. There wasn't that much interesting in the biddings this time, except maybe Nagi's massive fall-off as he's lost more than 50% of what he had. However, I doubt that this is anywhere near the end for him, and that he will soon enough bounce back up. Also, Otoya shocked me a bit to see him at the 10th place. It might be due to the lack of good FC Barca players, or he's just been going crazy on the pitch. Now moving on to Nanase, as I have no idea what is going on. He's in 24th place, which would make him unable to participate in the U20 Japan squad. But luckily he's got one more game, and for some weird reason, I have a feeling that he will make it into the squad, but I guess we will just have to wait and see. Now the 35th place is held by none other than Nishioka himself. I thought that he would make a crazy reveal and be extremely good, but I guess that I was wrong. I would still like it if it turns out that he's a super good player that has just been saving himself, but it's looking really unlikely now. Also, Shidu getting 100 million for his first ever match appearance is crazy, and I can't wait to see his final ranking after the last game. I can definitely see him being top 3 at least. Also, Loki's new idea to have both Rin and Shidu out is bound to create chaos, and I'm all here for it. It will be 4 egoists all going at each other, and I'm not sure how it will go, but I'm sure that it will be extremely interesting to see. Anyway, yeah, this is just my thoughts on it, and please leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments, as I love reading them. If you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, leave a comment and a like as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video which will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.